September 6, 2019. Surveillance footage captures 48-year-old Brian Smith and his date, Valerie Kasler, pulling into an Anchorage shop. Everything appears routine, but Brian is a serial killer, and in his truck bed lies the body of his latest victim, slain just the day before. When Brian enters the store to buy drinks, Valerie accidentally picks up his phone. Unbeknownst to her, its recordings will expose multiple murders and lead authorities to one of Alaska's most notorious killers.
The evidence lined up perfectly with Smith's account. A human skull had been found 6 months earlier at the site Smith named, pierced by a bullet. Police would later find an SD card at Smith's home with a video of a woman lying naked on the floor. Forensics identified the victim as Veronica Abowchuk.
You die. Sadly, in my movies, everyone dies.
6 hours earlier, 48-year-old Brian Smith, unwinding with a glass of whiskey after a long workday, embarks on a late-night drive through Anchorage. Outside the grocery store at Gamble Street and East 13th Avenue, he spots 52-year-old Valerie Kasler standing by the roadside. Brian pulls over and casually offers her a ride.
It was probably about 9:30 at night, and he pulls up, and I was homeless, living in a tent, and it was raining that night. And then he goes, well, it's raining. You want to ride around with me? And I was like, sure.
For the next few hours, Brian and Valerie share late-night company, even stopping at an airport to watch planes climb into the night sky. At 2 a.m., Brian pulls into a gas station to use the ATM, leaving Valerie alone in the car. While waiting, he accidentally drops her phone onto the floor, sparking a chilling uncovering.
That's when I dropped my phone. Yeah, and when I reached down, I grabbed 2 phones. And you get like that chill feeling, Yeah.
A feeling?
Yeah, that something was not right.
Valerie accidentally picks up Brian's phone, tucking it into her pocket without realizing it's not hers. Inside the store, Brian purchases snacks and drinks before they continue their evening together. Hours later, back at her tent, Valerie retrieves the device and immediately notices strange contacts and numbers. Realization dawns. This is a stranger's phone. As she scrolls, she discovers a folder labeled Homicide Marriott Hotel, Midtown Anchorage. The images it contains are beyond chilling.
His voice and her body laying on the floor of the hotel. And he stepped on her throat and he said, "You're not leaving here alive. I'm killing you."
Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you still alive?
I watched all of it, and he pulled out a wire, put it around her neck, and she was dead, and he was still doing things to her.
Valerie's pulse races as she delves deeper, hundreds of images and video clips, each more appalling than the last. Brian's chilling voice echoes over footage of a woman's lifeless body sprawled across a hotel room floor. Unable to remain silent, she ejects the SD card and, steeling herself, promptly delivers the evidence into police hands, each frame a damning confession.
It was the hardest thing I've ever had to watch in my life, not just being as a police officer. This was the worst thing I've ever seen happen to a human being.
Over the next several days, detectives pored over the chilling footage, replaying every frame. Then, just days later, they uncovered a shocking new incident, one that was directly linked to the case.
Human remains found at mile 108 of the Seward Highway a week ago belonged to a woman who had long dark hair.
Investigators identified the victim as 30-year-old Kathleen Jo Henry, and Brian swiftly emerged as the prime suspect. The FBI was called in to assist, and within days, federal agents unearthed irrefutable evidence directly linking Brian Smith to Kathleen's murder, sealing his fate in the case.
The FBI told us, hey, his phone is hitting off a tower near mile 108, the Seward Highway. And also, there was a timestamp on one of the images with Kathleen Jo Henry in the back of the pickup truck. And that was also like an aha moment, because his phone's hitting here at this time, this image is at this time, and it's at the location where the remains were found.
Detectives now have solid probable cause to charge Brian, except he's off on vacation in Washington, D.C. with his wife. To prevent his escape, officers stake out Anchorage Airport. The moment his flight touches down, Brian is swiftly arrested and escorted directly to the police station.
Mr. Smith, I'm Detective Lee, the Anchorage Police Department. I just want to show you my badge,
Yeah.
my ID, so you know you're talking to. This is Detective Bell, my partner. We have some matters we wanted to clear up with you and talk to you today, so I appreciate you coming up here with these guys and talking to me. All right. So like I said, it's about that SD card. I wanted to kind of just see if this will refresh a memory here for you. That there, and that's it right there on top of that.
I've seen those. I've got 1 or 2 of those. You get those at Walmart.
Okay. And now is that one like the one you're missing? Because you said you're missing one out of the GoPro.
No, well, the whole GoPro's gone.
Oh, the whole GoPro's gone.
Yeah.
But was that the type of card that might have been in that GoPro when it was gone?
No.
Okay.
I've got one of these that I've been using for my 3D printer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I've got these green ones. The other one's all black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so like I said, this was brought to APD and given to me, and like I said, I viewed the images and the videos on that SD card.
Yeah.
And that's obviously that's how I got to you. That's how I figured out who you are.
Okay.
And that's what we need to clear up that matter of what's on that SD card.
Okay, what's on the card?
From the start, detectives held back the most damning evidence. Instead, they presented Brian with photos of a car matching his and questioned him about a 2-night hotel reservation. Brian admitted he'd picked up a woman on the street and brought her there. Only then did investigators reveal the chilling SD card images, the very footage of the dead woman in his hotel room, sealing his confession.
If this is the same evening, I met a lady down at the homeless shelter, and she actually works there, and she stayed the night, and I still got to work late the next morning because I went and dropped her off back at work again. So I can't remember her name. I can't even remember what she looks like. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to show you these pictures, see if it would help you kind of refresh the girl from that night.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not her.
Not her.
Just short hair.
Short hair. Okay.
Short hair. No.
Okay. All right.
She looks like a drug addict.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen this woman before?
No.
Have you ever had any contact with her at all?
No. I have. Look, in the last 5 years that I've been here, probably starting about 2 years ago, I've probably gone out and picked up a girl or 2. So I might have seen her before, but not fresh in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then you said her here.
No.
Doesn't ring a bell, doesn't look familiar. You've never seen her?
No.
Okay. All right.
Police had reviewed every video and image from Brian's SD card, but withheld that fact. In the interrogation, detectives feigned ignorance, showing car and hotel photos. After Brian confessed to picking up the victim, they revealed the footage and asked him, unaware, to recount each step of his murder plan.
And I told you on there that how I found you is like we saw your truck. Is that?
That's my truck.
That's your truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I recognize the rims and my grey canopy.
Okay. Well, you seemed curious about what was on the. You were asking me to show you what's on the SD card, and I don't have it here to show you exactly what's on there, but I wanted to talk about it. And like I said to you a minute ago, the images led me to you. There's images on there that led me to you, and for multiple reasons. The truck.
Yeah.
Like I said, I knew that was your truck. You're saying that's your truck in the photographs.
Mm-hmm.
There's pictures of the Marriott. There's pictures of the Marriott, the hotel room on the GoPro, or excuse me, on that SD card. And that's how I knew it was that Marriott. It was the Midtown Marriott.
Okay.
And the pictures, I don't know. You probably know about this. I think you're into technology and stuff.
Yeah.
Photographs, they have a time and date stamp, so the photographs are time and date stamped. So they basically the photographs time and date stamp matched at the time that you were at that hotel room.
Okay.
So that's how this SD card has led me to you.
Okay.
And like I said, there's a number of images on there, and there's a number of videos on there, and I brought some of the pictures to kind of go over with you about that. So this is one of the images on there. Part of it is kind of cut down a little bit, but can you tell me what's in that photo?
There's somebody's feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose feet are those?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm looking at your shoes. I mean, it looks like the shoes you're wearing right now.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay. Is it safe to say those are your feet in that picture?
I don't know.
Okay.
Fred Meyer.
Okay. Okay. All right. I just want to show you some other images here that, and like I said, I've watched the videos and the images on there, and I've watched them multiple times, and that's why we're here. That's how I knew to talk to you. So these are just some of the other images on there.
Okay.
These are on the SD card.
Okay.
So what can you tell me about these photos?
This looks like someone that's already been beaten up a bit.
Okay. And these are images. These are images, but there's also videos of this person.
Yeah.
And another person in the room as well. And that's why we're here to talk to you about.
How many people in the room?
At least 2.
Oh. Yeah.
So we need to address this. We need to clear this up. Mr. Smith.
At that moment, the atmosphere in the room shifts when Brian sees the police displaying all the evidence and images of the victim. He realizes he's been caught. Still, he insists the person in the footage couldn't possibly be him.
And you're clearly exerting power over this person. What do you think up until that point?
That girl's dying. It's my hand. Small.
That was not going to be very hard to figure. Like I said, this is when this gets on a 55-inch TV.
Yeah, there's no voice in this one.
That's TV in the background.
Yep.
Hotel room TV.
Yeah. She's alive there.
Yeah, there.
You know, the angle of the action shot. You live, you die. You live, you die. You live, you die. Sadly, in my movies, everyone dies. I get the Oscar. Goes once for yes, goes twice for no.
5 years after Kathleen Joe Henry's murder and Brian Smith's subsequent confession to Veronica Abachuk's killing, his case finally reaches trial. Alicia Youngblooded Smith's former mistress, who quietly tipped off Anchorage police after he showed her the gruesome video, had already left Alaska and could not testify. After roughly 2 hours of deliberation on February 22nd, 2024, the jury convicted Smith on all 14 counts. 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of second-degree murder, second-degree sexual assault, evidence tampering, and misconduct with a corpse. On July 12, 2024, the judge sentenced him to 226 years in prison, closing the chapter on a harrowing case.